Hello. I'm going to stop that for a second. I haven't done one of these in ages, and probably the reason being is I went, ooh, I'm not sure that too many people are watching this, but it turns out that people are watching me do this, which is kind of crazy. So I'm going to try and keep this much shorter than what I've been doing in the past, because having this go for 20 minutes is kind of a bit ridiculous. So this time I'm obviously doing the Monotribe, because I picked this up and it's a funky little device. For those who don't know this series, this is a retro review where I try and pick up old pieces of equipment for under $200 Australian. It should have MIDI, although this doesn't. Technically it does if you mod it, and it's a bit of good fun to try and mod it, and there's a whole heap of range of stuff. This is very basic Monotribe. There isn't actually any modding done to this yet. I eventually may do it, but I end up getting a bit more kind of distracted quite easily and not actually doing any modding. I also have a Volca keys for the same reason, and it too is sitting here unmodded, mainly because I'm trying to fix other things that I've picked up. The Astute Viewer, which I don't think, considering there's like eight of you, I can't do this backwards, that is 8 of you who are watching this, who have subscribed, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Will have noticed I was going to do a review on the PSS 780, which I am still going to do, but it's still being repaired slowly. I got it halfway through and it broke, but I do have other things coming up. Anyway, so getting back to the Monotribe, it is kind of the precursor to the Volca range. It is very cool in the sense that it works just like the Volcas, except that it's supposed to having one device for, you know, your sort of mono bass lines, kind of like obviously the Volca bass, and then having the Volca beats. This has actually got some of the bits and pieces in it, so it's got the snare, bass and kick, and bass drum, snare, hi-hat, as well as your normal synth playing. So it can do a really great range of sounds if you can figure out, and it's good for playing with, and probably really good for sampling. I'll try and actually get a decent sound going, but probably not, because okay, basic stuff. So obviously there's your 3 different sounds. It has a basic 16-step sequencer. Now, repeat after me, 16 steps is not a sequencer. 16 steps is not a sequencer. This is one of the biggest limitations. Yes, this is a cheap box. I picked it up very cheap. And you can fiddle with it. It's great. That's it. No. And it can do, and I like all my industrial sounds and so forth, so this is actually very cool for that. But and you can do, you can play around with those gate times. You can actually kick things in and out with your actual drums. If you hold it down, you can do interesting bits and pieces. Hit flux, and it kind of changes it all up and goes around all over the place. It's great. If you wanted to do some sort of live tweaking and you're happy to be a noise artist, awesome. But as a tool for I'm going to put something together and put it in a song or whatever, you're back to probably sampling it or chopping it all up and looping it. You can get some really nice things out of it, and it's very easy to play with when you actually have a decent sound. And that's probably my other thing, is sometimes I have trouble actually getting a bit of a decent sound of it, but that could be just me and not it. There you go. Don't touch it. Anyway, your bass drummers are really kind of weak. Now there is this ability to, as part of the modding, to separate all the different sounds out, which is, I think, actually really recommended for this. And also, it's got the sync in and out, which you can kind of see up here. I'll flick this around. So you've got these headphones you keep on, sync in, out, headphones, audio out. You've got also the ability to audio in, which then can act as affect your oscillators and so forth. Runs on 6AA batteries, has a built-in speaker if you really, really wanted to do it that way. Basic tempo. Mod it. Don't just keep it there. Otherwise, it's very limited. Anyway, I'm going to keep this really quick. This is just a very, very quick intro. I'm going to put a play and as I fade out. In the meantime, see you next time.